Hey, there's people in here. We're making an urn. But Darren, okay, this line right here is where this is just sacrificial wood that lets me. I've got it still got it on the chuck because I want to refine the inside just a little bit. But I want to show you that's all the white I was able to get on this side. But don't you look what I found once I started turning this down, and that goes all the way through. So and the lid is still out in the shop on a different chuck, but it'll be friction fit. And what I would recommend is you put a little wax around it, seal it up in there. That way you can heat it up and open it back up if you ever need to. Alternatively, you could just go ahead and put some epoxy or super glue or whatever to seal it. You just don't want it falling off and spilling. Hey, Wes. Hey, Scratch and Go. Hey, Darren. But yeah, I wanted to show him because earlier, well, yesterday, a few days ago, this was still a piece of a tree. And now it's, hey, Jersey. I thank you for sub. Jersey sub I think it's yesterday. I'm feeling a little bit better today. Not a whole lot. But yeah, it started as a tree. Earlier today, it looked like this. Let's see here. We'll pull that up. There we go. So yeah, I tried to save as much of the white part as I could. And there are, like, see on either side, you can see some that's in there. That's why I left this flare out here at the bottom so we can get that. And there should be or there may be some left on the lid, but the lid is going to have a little knob up here on it, come down and fit flush. And it'll have a little tenon that goes inside right here and just be friction fit. Now, you'll be able to line up, like, see this knot right here? It actually continues up in the lid. So you put it back on here and it'll look like one piece, minus the cut for the tenon. So there'll be a little bit of a gap, but it still will line up generally like the grain is on there. So is that okay, or do I need to change any of the, and the dimensions here, you can get a full fist down in that. So that should be, I think, large enough. Hey, Wes, be careful. Um, Thank you, Scratch. I just enjoy doing stuff like this. Oh, and right, where is that? Good, there it is. Good. What I was planning on doing is right here. It's where I'm going to put the clock because it's right centered between the two light colored ones here, and it has this on there, so we can put the clock. Just it's going to put use a Forstner bit to drill out, and it'll be flush in there. So, how's it going so far? Is that kind of what you were thinking? Isn't that beautiful wood grain? Yes, Scratch and Go. I'll be able to make those better though in a few weeks when my new laser gets here, because I'll be able to design everything and then cut it out, and I could actually make chests instead of round things. I got a new the laser I've got right now is a 5-watt laser, 5-watt output, and the one I've got coming is a 40-watt. It'll let me design my plans and just cut the wood with the laser. Elpus! But this thing started out as a dead tree, but I tell you what, I'm going to have to. I think I'm gonna make some pins out of this wood too, because that is just a. I just love that patterning in that. Let's say I'll leave it on here, and then I'll go in there with your approval of this part. I'll go ahead and with this off, I'll put the lid on, which is also on a chuck, and I'll turn it down to where it fits in here perfectly. Then the fun starts because then I'll take the lid off of the chuck and then I'll wedge the lid on here, put this back on, and that'll let me finish turning the lid to make it perfectly seamless in between the two and get all of the stuff for the little knob on it and have it all perfect. Then I'll take it off and I'll go ahead and part this off. Just cut it off right here and finish the bottom, and we're done. Maybe 3 more hours work. So, what I'd like to do, and I left it a little bit, I left it to where if I mess up, I can go in and shave it off. But we put the clock in here and then use the laser right below it to put uh, Luna. Hey, I'm a master at handling my wood. But we put Luna on it, and if you want to put a date or whatever. And my wife loves it. When my wife saw this, she got excited because when I first said I wanted to make some dessert bowls out of the cedar, she was like, okay. But when she saw this, I mean, that is just, I love that pattern. And she does too. So now she wants, except she's calling them salad bowls to make them a little bit thinner. But I tell you what, I'm kind of proud of the texture of this too, because I mean, you talk about smooth, got it cured down just perfect. So I think it's going to be, and this is the type of urn that'll last a lifetime. You'll have this thing for years and years. Did and those pen blanks that I had done with the silver in them for Ernest, look what happened when I went to drill them. They exploded. We figured out that I forgot to sand the silver down before I epoxied them together. So they were still slick. So there just wasn't enough mechanical strength there. So I'm making them up again. Okay, I'm going to write that down right now. Put it in there. Okay. Yeah, we're going 3, 7, 10. Gary, this is a funeral urn for Darren's pup. I'm knocking stuff over. So it's going to be a funeral urn. 3, 7, 10. Ouna. Hey, do you want me to put Luna's last name on there? Luna Gray? Oh, Luna Sky Gray. There it is. I just should have paid more attention, shouldn't I? Luna Sky Gray. 3, 7, 10. 12, 13, 23. Okay. I'm going to put that sheet over here with it. Cool. Got dust all over me. I'm gonna go try to finish the lid before my wife makes me quit and put my feet up. Okay, well, that's really all I set the stream up was so that I could show this, and if it was radically different than what he was thinking, I was going to make changes. But it sounds like we're good to go, huh? Yeah, Gary, we've got a place where our pets go up on the land that we just bought. Um, we used to use the place where my parents live, but we've set up and we've started making little cement markers for them. On one of mine, I had a cat that was kind of crazy. So for the fun of it, I took I forget what year it was, but I took a ASE and laid it down before we buried the cat. Because one of these days, generations from now, I want somebody to be going through that land metal detecting and try to figure out why that cat was carrying a silver dollar. Started to put a Morgan in there, but it was really hard for me to throw a Morgan in the ground and bury it. But yeah, so just, I tell you what I could do. You get this over here. I actually put some of the stickers my wife got me in here. Well, so let's make some. So we've got the urn. We've got the zebra wood bowl. And I just got to go through here and show you. We got the ammo for this, for the slingshot, walnut handle. See what else is in here. Oh, I went ahead and did the magnifying glass certificate of authenticity for you. And rest of my box over here. Okay, Daryl and Darren. Okay, so Darren's also got, look here, the Walking Liberty is that a half-ounce round? Quarter ounce round. So we got that coming. That's for it, and that's all of Darren's stuff. No, it is. That's all of Darren's stuff. But look here what Daryl's got coming in the same package. He's got an oyster. I'll throw you an oyster in there too, Darren. Did I get a little buddy the other day? And Daryl also has an 1889 Morgan and a 1985 Prospector that's going to be in the bag, sealed up for Daryl. So all of that stuff. So you got a big box coming. Meg, I tried something new last night. By the time I went to bed, my blood pressure was 119/68. By the time I got back up this morning, it was back up to 172/1 something. I'd have to go look. Oh, wait, I got my little. Yeah, 119/72 last night. And 163/87 today is 173/101 last night. And an hour before that, it was 178/122. That's when I really got having to deal with it. And I was supposed to go into the doctor today. That my neurologist for just a routine checkup. They called me and said that I couldn't because I didn't have a primary care physician on my insurance. I had to set that first. I said, I can't. I don't even go. They haven't got a replacement doctor. Mine died. And they said, well, you'll have to call and make an appointment after you get that because it's a referral. But yeah, so I do have Monday at 12:30. I go in to see my new doctor that's replacing my old one. I just can't really do anything except keep my feet up, and I can't sit in the chair for very long unless my feet are up. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's ridiculous. So, but that's why. And let me there's Daryl. Daryl, where did there they are. Put his oyster back in there. And Darren, I'm just going to pop that stuff all down in there. Okay. So, yeah, all this stuff's going to Darren, and I thank you, Darren, for being patient while I got all this together for you. Oh, I forgot. There is one other thing, Darren, that I'm putting in there for you. Those are going in there too. That way people can make fun of you for having melon ballers instead of them picking on me because they're calling them melon ballers. So, yeah, all of this stuff's going up to Darren. I'm going to miss my little bowl, but I've got my stuff in to make me another one. I may just make it out of cedar because, hey, Meg, look at this cedar bowl, the cedar urn. Look at the wood grain on that. Isn't that beautiful? And that actually goes through, see, all the way through it. And that is Luna's new urn. Yeah, that's just make sure you fire it before you send it so it don't smush on its way. I can't believe somebody's not making a joke about that. Okay, well, I just came in to see what we're having for supper. We'll see how long it's going to be, and I think I'm going to go out there and start working on the lid and maybe at least get it fit in here. If I can get the lid fit, then I think I could finish this tonight. That's if my wife lets me stay out there that long. There is a little hairline crack there. It's not structural, it's just part of that knot. So I'm going to try to sand that down where it's smooth and doesn't have it. Of course, out here it is smooth. It's just around this, and the lid's going to sit down there on that. That's one of the. Oh, and I wish you could smell this. Imagine, I just shaved this all up today, so it smells like cedar, like you wouldn't look just. I mean, it's strong smell. Okay, well, that'll be it. Just a little short one. There's a lot of streams going on tonight. I think I'm going to terrorize Cash Money. So, Meg, I have already hit it with CA glue because I didn't want it to be structurally deficient. There was one other one that actually I got most of it turned out, but you can see a little bit of it right through here. But I got it sealed to where you have to know it's there or you'll never even notice it. But it's just, there was a limb, coming out right here, but not. So I figure it's just a little stress fracture from when the tree fell. Because this tree was blown over in a storm right before the pandemic. And I went up to my parents and cut about, I guess, got about 30, 40 running feet of it. And it's back on the patio by the pool. My wife will be glad when I find some better place to cure all my stuff. But yeah, I've taken put paraffin on the ends, and it takes a lot longer to cure that way, but you don't have the cracking like you do normally. So I just take my chainsaw over there, cut me a chunk out of it, and start going to town on it. And this is side grain. So the tree actually grew. Let's see. That way, right there. So the piece I cut out was flat up here, flat down there, round this way. So that took me hours just to get it turned down into a cylinder. But see, if you do it the other way, to where the tree grows up and down this way, with a soft wood, you have a possibility of it leaking through the fibers. It just doesn't make as strong a bowl that way. So, anyway, thank you everybody for coming. We'll do this again soon. And like I said, I've got a new laser coming, and I've got me some stands and some boom arms so that I can hook the cameras and laptops up out there better. Y'all have a great one, and thank you, Darren. I'll keep you in the loop and show you what comes next. Did somebody say RC was hi RC? I figured Mrs. RC'd have him working. Let me see. Well, okay. I'm out to here. Y'all have a great day.